What is up, my crypto legends? How is everyone doing today? Hope you're doing fantastic. Bitcoin been pumping like crazy, finally getting above 24k, now below 24k. What is going to happen? Is there going to be enough steam to break $25,000, or are we going to have some corrective moves? Let me know, guys. What do you think in the comment section? And we're going to analyze the situation. We're going to talk about major levels. We're going to talk about some potential scenarios like yesterday. Got some people were a little bit mad in the comment section yesterday, saying that very confused with the potential scenarios that could happen. But we're going to go through that, what we talked about yesterday, of course, guys. All right, we talked about some major resistance levels. If we were to get above the monthly level, we were likely to claim these highs. We also had a Gartley pattern, very risky one on the extreme lower time frames. You could have jumped in and protected position right at this level over here. It was very hard. Okay, very hard position to take. Obviously, when you're pumping like this, these highs are likely to be claimed. Okay, so it was a scenario. We talked about some different scenarios that could happen yesterday with the Fed interest rate decision. Right, let me just go quickly through what one of the scenarios that we talked about yesterday was this fractal pattern. Okay, this is the one that actually played out. Hey, we don't really know exactly what is going to happen as soon as the interest rate decision is out. I was asking the community, and hello guys, make sure to destroy the like button. All right, on your way in, smash that like button, guys, to show some love, and I'll go through the comment section. But basically, we do not know when we have the meeting, guys, what direction the market is going to go, right? Being 25 basis points, being 50 basis points, all right? This could be speculation, down, up. A lot of people were saying even, down at 25 basis points. I asked the community, 60% people were saying down. So you really don't know where the market is going to take that hit, right? Where is it going to go? So this is why I just want to be really cautious. There was that fractal pattern that happened here a few weeks ago that could have happened here also, and it happened. All right, we're going to go through that scenario right away. Okay, from this scenario, basically, right? Very similar, where you swing failure from this low, you come up, you create a higher low at the 618, and bang, straight after the swing failure from the pivot low, pivot high, and you go up. Hey, we talked about yesterday, that was a potential quick entry and your stop loss here at the low, and you're aiming to hit the highs, basically where you are right now. This is a 3-to-1 risk to reward. This was a possible scenario. I could not tell you to take the position. I'm just talking about potential scenarios. And let me just show you here, being totally transparent. We're talking about this could happen, that could happen. But the most importantly, how can you execute that potential scenario? Having good risk management, guys. And this is what it's all about. You need to understand this, guys. Let me just quickly go through that clip. Explain here is this fractal, okay, guys? It's very similar, where we were having here, the higher highs, higher low scenario, right? Kind of a more wedgy scenario here. We had a breakdown from higher lows. It's not a breakdown of structure, it's just a breakdown from a channel, not a very successful one here. As you can see, you're swing failing from this low, and what happens is here you come back up, you come down, and then you skyrocket. Okay, this is something that I think could happen. It could happen. A lot of people bearish, a lot of people shorting. You might come up, claim this high, get above the level. We've got an important weekly level at $24,300 range. So you can see it, right? We can see that potential scenario mentioned on yesterday's live stream, of course, knowing that anything could happen because we're having the interest rate decision, guys. We want to be careful. It could absolutely skyrocket. It could absolutely dump a few $1,000s. We don't really know. I am a technical trader, so I'm just looking at those potential scenarios and how you could have executed this trade scenario, having your invalidation point below the wick. Of course, you could have get wicked out and then the price pumping to the upside. That's also a scenario when we have these news events. So anyway, that scenario is the one that played out, okay? The one like this one, where you actually come here and you come to the weekly level, right? You come to the weekly level, the highs, which is your target zone. If you were to long from this level with your invalidation point, with your good risk management, guys, it's a scenario that was mentioned yesterday. We talked about multiple different scenarios. We can't say, you know, we absolutely crushed it on this, because it was, you know, it was the news basically. When we have the news, you know the deal, guys. I'm like, hey, this could happen, that could happen. You know, we need to be cautious. If you do this, make sure to protect your position. If you do that, you know, make sure to have a relatively tight stop loss, because, you know, it's just when there's news, guys, we want to play defensive. And hopefully, you know, you guys understand that. But anyway, let's go through the comment section. Say hello to the community. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Destroy that like button on your way in, and let's take a look here at you can know by my voice that I'm still not good, guys. I've been over 4 days now where yeah, it's recovering very, very slowly. Hello from Belgium, Isabel, how are you doing? Yo, Ascalone, how are you? Keelan, hello Andy, hope you're feeling better. Love from Canada. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm feeling slightly better, but very, very slow recovery. I still had a sore throat, still, you know, not feeling energy-wise, not great, not been going to the gym or for a run. So yeah, this doesn't help the motivation. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm in a short position on Aptos right now with stop loss above the wicks. I think, you know, I'm going to explain this scenario. We talked about this yesterday. I said, hey, if we do manage to come to the 618, we are getting a reaction in the value area high or the point of control range. I'm going to short Aptos. I'm in that short at this moment, okay? Just entered before the live stream. It's just there at entry point. Stop loss here. I do think a relatively decent correction could happen, all depending on what Bitcoin does, stock market as well, because if they still continue pumping, I think some of the altcoins will continue pumping. But, you know, clear exhaustion for me right now. I'm not going to short Aptos at $10, at 12, you know, when we are in a big momentum. When we see, you know, 2 wicks, double top. There's something I'm concerned here about this Aptos short, though, that we did not technically claim this high. On some exchanges, it's at the exact same level, and on some, it's just below 1 cent approximately. Okay, let me just check here on the Bybit one, because the high here is 20.435, and this one is 20.430. So just by a fraction of a cent, this high is below. So it didn't technically create a higher high or a failed breakout. So this is something I'm concerned. I would have loved this wick to be slightly above this high over here, because then it's a higher high, and this is the last higher low. Because this wick hasn't tested this high, this is the higher low. So until we do not break this, you know, or create a high and then break this low, you know, if you understand the structure here, you need to, right, for this to be the last higher low, basically, it's this one after the high here. We need a higher high right there for this to be the last higher low. Then you would have created a lower low right there, and you have a higher chance to create a lower high, right? If that makes any sense. But because we haven't claimed this high, this is not a higher high. So we got this high and this higher low, meaning that there is the risk that we could finally claim this high, right? Because this one hasn't. It's a little bit of a risky one, okay? But, you know, I think it's worth a shot. I'm going to play very defensive trading on this. It's a very, very small amount. I just bet, I was going to say, I've just put a couple of $100 on this short position. You know, it's with a very, very low leverage, of course. But it makes sense. We're just getting that consolidation at the 618 from this high to the low. We are also hitting The value area high, we got slightly above the point of control. Whoops. Slightly above the point of control right there. Just that point of control at the moment, slightly below. So you can see right there the amount of resistance, right, that there is. 618, value area high, almost hit. Point of control, you kind of double topped. That is the moment I want to enter short. Like I mentioned yesterday, you know, these are the kind of things that I want to see in the chart to pull the trigger for the short. Only one thing that I'm considered that I could get stopped out is that we did not fail the breakout here and create a higher high. Because if you create a higher high, this is your last higher low, and this would have been broken, and then you have much higher probability in creating a lower high at this range, guys. So, I mean, this could still entirely be a correction to claim the highs again, if you understand. There's a little bit of risk on this position, but anyway, it's a very small position. I think it's worth it. It's worth it. You could correct all the way down to these levels, right? Because what I'm talking here is, you know, the potential waves, ABC correction to come down to claim this liquidity above this last higher low, which would be slightly below $12. You know, with a couple of $100 with a little bit of leverage, you can make some relatively nice gains if we were to drop all the way down there. About a 30% move. Anyway, what's going on with Bitcoin? We want to analyze Bitcoin. I want to continue through the comment section. Shair, Andy, love you from Pakistan. Hey, thank you very much, Shair. Love you too. Thanks for joining. How's crypto life in Pakistan? Says name unknown. I think it's pretty big in Pakistan. Everything is going well, bro. Says Shair. Hey, thank you. Can you please explain impact of Shanghai hard fork on Ethereum price in upcoming days, weeks? Well, I haven't done much research on how that can affect the price. I know the Ethereum fork that we did have a few months ago did not affect the price much. I think most of the people were expecting a pump. Price didn't pump, it actually dumped. So I'm just going to go with the technical analysis. And technical analysis says that we should see some kind of exhaustion correction. So far, we've got the weekly. We haven't really touched it. But it was a zone, right? It was a zone. It was a potential scenario here that could happen. Claim the highs and even the weekly. So that that finally happened on the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. Very, very hard to trade, right? Because of the potential volatility. But overall, that played out. What's up, Andy? Looking forward for your awesome TA. Let's find a scalp. Hey, absolutely. Let's find a scalp scenario in today's live stream. Why not? For Bitcoin, if that could be better. For Bitcoin would be nice. Yeah, we couldn't take a look at the price of Bitcoin here for a scalp. Let me know, guys, if everything okay. I think you can hear me. All good. Let me take a look at the mods. I got Joseph. I got Pamela Anderson. Seb. How are you doing, Seb? Thank you very much for joining. Seb, Joseph. You guys rock. Right, let's take a look. Market always confuses us and Andy always guides us. Let's go. Hey, thank you very much, CN Popcorn. Yeah, it confuses me as well, guys. If you watched yesterday's live stream, we talked about multiple scenarios to be extremely cautious. If you're trading, don't be greedy, don't risk too much, stay protective, you know, if you're right or wrong with potential scenarios on the interest rate decision. This was one of them, okay? This one played out. And we're talking level to level here, guys. We're talking about, you know, this scenario is actually telling you, you know, if we do manage to hold this range 618 daily level and we get above the monthly, this lower high right there, we are very, very likely going to claim the highs and potentially try and break it and go to the weekly level. Then we will check to see if this is a failed breakout. So we're taking a look right now. Is this a failed breakout? Is it a failed breakout? Well, if we take a look at the 4 hour, not on the 1 hourly, we have a pretty solid breakout from the highs here, but we're getting acceptance back down. So I'm looking at this. Let me just get these trend lines out of the way because we don't need them anymore. Let's get this out of the way. The swing failure. We need a chart clean also. I will get some daily levels out of the way here, but this is not a huge breakout, guys. We got to understand this. We got to understand that this is a kind of a ascending, broadening wedge, if you wish, right? Where you are creating slightly higher highs, slightly higher lows, right? So we haven't had a real big breakout from the last higher high, guys. And this is something, is it worth me to try and get it into a short position? You guys know that I took a short right over here. I took some profits here. I got stopped out at break even. This one as well. I shorted here because we basically swing faded from the high and created went to the 618 50%. That's why I entered a short. Took also most of profits. Got stopped out yesterday from about 15% of that trade. It was mentioned on the live stream. Totally transparent on that. Got stopped out from my long position here with this wick. Imagine that. But I need to play defensive trading, guys. It was bad luck. I said, hey, I got stopped out now. So we are likely to come and claim these highs. It happened. I'm not sure where that is on yesterday's live stream, but basically talking about, you got stopped out and then price was moving up and I said, right, that's it. That's it. This is likely to go higher and claim this high in the weekly, and that it happened in the end. But overall, so you could understand, I was playing two defensive trading, guys, but I always do that when there's a news event, right? When we have, Federal Reserve coming out, FONC minutes or whatever, something like that, and I'm in a trade and the price action is close-ish, I'm in okay profits, and we have a news event, and my trade is going to be protected. It's not worth for me because we could get that volatility, and it's just going to be, it's going to be silly not to play defensive trading here when we have a news event. This is explained many times or always. So, but this happens. It happened to me yesterday live. Got stopped out at break even from this wick down to the 50% and that daily. It was mentioned a couple of days ago, big support level. Got wicked out at break even and bang. That would have been a pretty nice trade. It would have been a pretty nice trade. I would have taken profits at this level, of course, because it's a take profit zone. So anyway, that was yesterday. The news has happened. Let's focus on today, guys. Let's focus on what could happen today, tomorrow. What happened yesterday, who cares? That is over. Let's find some new opportunities. And yeah, I'm going to say, there is a possibility. I mean, the S&P is absolutely banging. It's breaking out. It's just testing this high over here. So we can go to the 4 hourly. Could arguably discuss, is this a successful breakout from this kind of channel? It's going a little bit parabolic. When you break an ascending channel to the upside, it gets into a parabolic move, which is risky for a correction. So basically, we are testing this wick high. This was also from a news event on the 13th of December. I'm not sure what happened here, but there was a news event. I remember this wick up and straight back down on the 13th of December. So we're just at that, getting above that high at this moment. Now, is it going to successfully break out? I think the ultimate level where the price could go, and this is a theory that I've been talking about here the last few days, guys, on the stock market. It is likely that we're going to get a little bit of more momentum to the upside, despite we do get a correction now in the coming days. I think this high will be claimed, but the S&P 500 will fail miserably in breaking this level. And this will be the ultimate level for a short position, I think. You know, looking at the analysis that I'm taking a look at, and this could be, you know, in between March and April potentially, maybe not even February, that we're going to arrive there, because we might cool off a little bit, have another leg up, entering into March. Look at this, looking at the daily chart. And the whole explanation of this was the Elliott wave theory, right? Where we have these impulsive moves to the downside, right? And we inside of this ABC corrective move. And we're breaking this lower high trend line, and people are getting a little bit excited, right? People get excited. This is bullish, Bitcoin bullish, the bottom is in. I'm not going to say the bottom is in for Bitcoin till we break successfully 25,200. Then I will, you know, I can say with confidence that the bottom is in. It doesn't mean saying that the bottom is in if we break $25,000, which is the real last lower high on the macro, looking at the structure. This doesn't, if the bottom is in, this doesn't mean we could come down and retest below $20,000, you know, after we break 25K. I think that is likely to happen if it is going to happen, right? If we do break and hit $32,000 in the coming weeks, a couple of months, it's just very likely that, you know, what is going to happen is that we're going to break this support, this high 25K is not going to hold our support. We will highly probably going to get below this level. People are going to, you know, get extremely bullish and long the corrections. And what is going to happen is that, you know, you will still correct down to come to 20K levels. Very, very likely if we do hit 30K. It's a very, very highly probable scenario, and one of the main reasons why is because this is the kind of suckers rally, right? Just like what we saw here back in 2019, where it went extremely bullish, and of course we had a black swan event that almost came to the lows, but it didn't. So something similar to this. I mean, I would have to pull out another chart here so I can show you. On Bitstamp, for example, show you that scenario that happened here in the bear market. I remember this like if it was yesterday, guys. The amount of people that were calling for $1,000 Bitcoin when we were already at 3,000, it was huge. People were saying, you know, the same thing. It's dead. We're going lower. We're going to $1,000. Very similar to the 10K that we were talking about here the last couple of months. Very, very similar sentiment. Too much bearishness. What happens? Bang, explosive move to the upside. Yeah, what happened here, and I FOMO'd into my portfolio here. I started buying Bitcoin at 10, 12K, like if there was no tomorrow, right? Kind of FOMO'd in a little bit, saying, wow, absolutely, bear market is over. This is looking insanely bullish. Of course, during the next coming months, what happens is, you know, there's not much price action. You slightly go down. People get, you know, bullish in this correction, and then we had the black swan event, bringing us extremely low here on March 2020. So this is what happens with the market cycle, especially looking at Bitcoin. That the possibility in breaking 25K, I'm going to say it's there. It is the real level to actually call this a bottom, this 15.5K, because if we break here to 28, 30K levels, you know, it's unlikely to come down here to go to 10K. You know, this kind of movement wouldn't be it would have to be an extreme black swan event, right? An extreme black swan, like an energy, huge, massive worldwide energy crisis, or, you know, I don't know, or a real world war. I don't know. It's like a real black swan, you know, that it could push the price below the lows if we were to break their last structure here, which is at 25.2. Obviously, I do see that correction happening here at 21, 20K, even 19K range, and then coming up something similar to what happened here before you enter that cycle. So it's a possibility, but we still haven't gotten above $25,000. So the range that I would be looking for shorts for a proper swing short position, and I am still looking at this range, guys, not going to lie, is at this zone here in between 28 and 32k level. Big level of resistance. Anyway, let's go through the comment section and let's talk about Bitcoin here. Is there a potential scalping opportunity? And the S&P is up, says Studio 388. Yes, S&P 500 absolutely crushing it. It's been crushing it here. And talked about the scenario here where I do think we could see some more bullishness in the coming weeks with some slight corrections to this high. This would be the high that I expect, you know, a major correction in between 4,300 and 4,400 points to finally get that leg down. This is what makes most sense here in the coming months to come, you know. I mean, what do you think about this scenario, guys? You know, because I'm just sharing my analysis, the waves, you know, the current market situation. Recession is not going to kick in, guys, till we actually see several months of interest rate at 5%, right? It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be hard. That's when the economy is gonna take the hit, right? When it's been so long that liquidity has been out of the market, out of the economy, and that's when the recession will come. Not now, not the last few months when everybody's trying to predict it. It's going to be when we see a little bit of bullishness, get all of those early shorters out of the way. So still, I mean, got to stay positive with that possible scenario on shorting here. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section about this. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense that this is basically what is happening right now on the S&P 500. So let's see how we pump here on Bitcoin, because I mean, it would be nice. I mean, it's getting rejected from the 618 from this drop from the lows, and it's below the highs. You know, this would be for me a shorting level, guys. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at more detail here, zooming out on taking a look at volume profile. Wow, absolutely beautiful. We got you know, a really nice bounce just a few hours ago from the point of control here from the 29th of January, as you can see. Question is right now, I think this is a good level. I mean, once the price action was breaking above the value area high and the monthly level, you know, there was no doubt that these highs were going to be hit. I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit, guys, but yeah, this is basically a relatively nice shorting level in my opinion, as we are hitting the point of the highs here as resistance. This is a failed auction basically, and from the highs to the lows, we're hitting the 618. A short position at least to claim 23.5. This low over here is just it's very, very, very possible. Stop loss at the highs. Just because this has been not a very massive breakout, okay, with extremely high volume. I'll explain you right away what would have been a great long position, basically at this level. Yeah, these high volume spikes. I mean, look at these two volume spikes right there. Yeah, these two volume spikes, guys, as you can see. I mean, this is a very successful strategy that I do use a lot of the times, where you have this massive volume to the upside, right over here, as you can see on the chart. Big volume to the upside. And look at the two candles. Where's the high of the two candles? Here, the two highest volume candles. It's this one right over here. So you play a horizontal level right there, with the two highest volume candles on the 15-minute chart. You have continuation to the upside with high volume, and you come to correct all the way down to the first high volume pump, basically. This is a difficult one, right? You want to see better structure like this, then it's easier, right, to get into a long. This is a very, very hard one. But the volume nodes here, the volume candles, do very much help to get into a quick long position from that, you know, from that first volume level. And basically, you know, you're coming up to the 618, which would be a take profit, right? The highs, you could aim for the highs, but also the 618 from this drop, right? Which is basically hitting it right now, because you could get rejected from this range and come back down. This is why this is a potential shorting level as well, guys. You could have a tighter stop loss here instead of the highs. You could go above 7.8, because if you break this zone, it's just likely that you're going to hit this high, okay? You're looking to claim this low. You're looking for something like this, as you have failed to break out for the moment this high. You're below the range, and you're hitting the 618 and getting resistance from this high. It's a very, very possible rejection. Andy, I closed my long because you said we were getting rejected. Hope you're right. Hey, we got to understand that this price action is a little bit exhaustion. Hey, what, you can always leave a position open with your stop loss, you know, protected. You know, we're at high levels. You know, I could say I cannot long. I could have long scalped this. You know, long scalp day trade this like yesterday. You know, shared that we were at the higher low range, created a swing failure from the last higher low. And that was a good shorting level, a longing level, right over here. But when you pump and claim these highs, you know, there's no way I could short at these lows. No, I could not short at the lows here. Would be looking for longs to come to the high of the range. If we're at the high of the range and we're not having massive big momentum to the upside, you know, we'd be looking for shorts with good risk management, guys. You know, hopefully that is understandable. Let me just quickly show you here, guys, something that I have seen on the chart. You know, very, very similar momentum here that we were talking about from 2019. Okay, look at 2019 here, and I'll go through the comment section, guys, and we can take a look at some alts if you wish. But it's curious, right? I'm just gonna say it's something curious here about 2019 pump. Right, and I've seen that. You know, I've seen somebody on on Twitter posting this. And you could arguably discuss, yes, because a lot of people are still very, very bearish. You know, even myself, I have that bearishness because I know that we are in a downtrend in the macro. So until we not get above 25,200, which is the last official lower high, and what I want to show you here basically is that kind of a similarity movement that there is right now. Not exactly the same, but there is some similarities, saying that basically back in 2019 in April, we had this scenario right there where we had a pumpy action. People were extremely bearish still here. Extremely bearish. I remember this. Being this zone over here, right, where you're pumping, you had a massive sideways consolidation here in November, December, January, 10K is coming. This is very, very similar price action where, you know, late 2018, January, February 2019, people were saying it's 1,000 Bitcoin is inevitable, right? When we were trading at slightly above $3,000. $1,000 Bitcoin is inevitable. It's coming. It's going to come. Just like sub 10K at this range, okay? When we're trading at $16,000. How is your health? Yeah, my health is. It's effed up at the moment, as you can notice. I don't know. I got a lot of mucus. I got a lot of. I don't know if it's C19 or not. I don't know. But not feeling great. Felt better the last few weeks. So yeah, I can't focus very well. I'm kind of bit tired. So maybe you don't pay too much don't pay too much attention on the live streams because yeah, I'm not 100%, guys. But overall, I'll get better. Don't worry. Hopefully. Anyway, talking about this, you know, I did see someone on Twitter talking about this, and you know, is this the moment where we're at right now? Basically, right? Where I don't know, it's a kind of an ascending wedge scenario, and we are basically at this point because he talks about the sentiment of the chart, and the sentiment, guys, most of the people are wrong, right? And you know, most of the people were bearish the last couple of months, you know, including myself, apart from the pump from 16.8 to 18K, 19K range. This was very much predicted on the channel. I wasn't expecting this expansion. Got to be honest there. But very much expected a pump from 16K range to $19,000 to claim this high. So that was very, very much expected. Sentiment very similar. Back in late 2018, beginning of 2019, from now. Are people still in denial? Are people still thinking that this is a sucker's rally? It's a kind of the disbelief face, right, from a market cycle. Overall, this was a disbelief rally. We came back down, sucker's rally, and then it's when we skyrocketed. So I think we were in a very, very similar stage. I'm going to say, hey, it is possible. I'm not going to say this is going to happen. I'm just going to say, you know, it's possible that we are in these stages. We still got a lot of people saying that, hey, we're going down to 10K. You know, if Bitcoin starts trading at 28K, 30K, the bears are going to be in denial. They're going to be, you know, I can't believe it. This has happened, you know. Bitcoin needs to go sub 10K. Bitcoin needs to go to 10K. The bottom is in, you know. It will happen. It's happened before. I've seen it on the last cycle where the way people this is what happens when you are a perma bear, you know. I'm a trader, and I'm more of a day trade, small swing trade, right? I'll have a trade open for a few days. I don't usually have them open for a month. You guys know this, old subscribers. So I switch very fast from being bullish and bearish, depending on what zones we're breaking and what is happening, what the context is telling me. So I cannot be a perma bear or a perma bull. I need to be a bit of both, you know, when I'm trading, when we break levels, and you know, I can see a lot of people are still in denial. A lot of bears, macro bears, are in denial, saying, I know the economy is in a state, and we're probably gonna see a black swan event, guys, in the next coming months. Whatever, it will happen. Something will happen. Something will happen, of course. We had March 2022, where we had the invasion, Eastern Europe. We had 2020, C19. Anything could happen, you know. What was it gonna be this time? 2023 or 2024? It's gonna be a, you know, macroeconomic crisis or whatever. There will be a black swan event, guys, that will suppress the price, no matter how much bullish momentum we have in the coming months. Okay, it will happen. We need to be prepared for that event, because it will be the next big major buying opportunity. I'm accumulating on this way up stable coins. So I'm accumulating stable coins, guys, on the way up. This is not the moment to buy. It won't be the moment to buy if we break out 25k. No, you know, we will see some correction. You could dollar cost average into Bitcoin. I always dollar cost average, no matter where the price is. Obviously, if we start getting close to all-time high, I won't be buying. I'll be thinking in selling. Right, this does look like that perfect touch. What is the S&P 500 doing? Let me go through the comment section, read the people. I am under the belief that BTC does not care about the macro conditions, says Robert. I mean, this is also true. But yeah, Bitcoin will be hit if stock market gets a hit, right? You know, one of the reasons why Bitcoin is bullish as well is because, I mean, look at stock market the last couple of weeks. We went from 3,800 points to 4,200, right? That is about almost a 10% pump in the stock market in just a matter of weeks, which is a lot. It's a lot for stock market. 10% in crypto is not much, but in stock market, it's a lot. So yeah. I had a nightmare that Bitcoin wicked to 88k, then cracked badly to 20k. Wow, Duran. Bad dream. I'm looking to reshort at 24.2. What do you think? Basketballs is asking me. I mean, this on the 4 hourly is a failed breakout, swing failure, right? If you go with my favorite way of getting into a trade, which is basically failed breakout, move down, you got a pivot low and a pivot high and pivot low, and you're hitting the 618 right now at this moment. 61865. It's a shorting level. I would play defensive because we are basically fighting the trend as well, guys, but there is relatively good risk management on this trade scenario. I mean, I wouldn't even put it at the highs. I would put it slightly below and just take the loss. You want to make more gains than losing, right? You know, and you could have a decent correction here and leave part of that trade open and protected. I think it's just worth it, guys. It is worth it. I'm probably going to jump into a trade here and put a stop loss here at the highs. And that is just the main reason, guys, why. I mean, that weekly hasn't been hit. That's something that is getting me a little bit on the nerves, right? I mean, just check out this, guys, right? I'm just showing you what I've learned because of, you know, price history as well on Bitcoin. Check out every single high here, how it swing failures, right? You know, there is several wicks here. You need to be a little bit cautious, but you basically come and claim the high, correction, a little bit of wick to the upside. Same scenario right over here, failed breakout, and then back down, right? So if you kind of shorted here at these highs every single time with these failed breakouts, right? Small little breakouts. You made an absolute huge gain, right? Taking profits on your way down. So if you do take a look at this, it's it's similar. It's not the same. Is it different right now because there's still a lot of people bearish, and this is going to have a 2019 kind of scenario where we're going to blast through here 25k and go to 28, 30k. I'm going to say it is possible. This is a kind of a bear market rally, and a bear market rally can be huge. It can be huge, just like in 2019. It was huge. It went from $4,000 all the way to almost $13,000, $14,000 in a matter of a couple of months. So it was huge. So yeah, the next February can be bullish as well. It's a possibility. Obviously, I would be looking for scalp longs as well. I mean, something interesting here, guys, when you want to look for these day trades and these scalps, and let me just give you that, brief, short education content right now, because I think it's important also for education. If we do backtest high volume candles, which is this one and this one, the other side, you are likely to, this high volume candle right over here, which is this one, you're likely to backtest it and successfully hold it as support. These are other good ways of making, trade scenarios, because you have movement down. This was also a relatively nice short position because you have two high volume candles, breakdown, consolidation, breakdown. You're getting resistance from this volume candle right over here. What happened then? You break through the back of these candles, high volume, and you correct down to the back of this candle right there with high volume. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. Looks like we want to try and break up. Yeah, let me just quickly take a look at this zone here. We're breaking value area high basically. So yeah, if any short position, I would exit right now. I mean, it was resistance, the value area high from this high zone of today. But yeah, I would definitely exit now. Exit quick. This is when you break this resistance, you want to exit. So it looks like the highs will be claimed. I mean, the reaction was there. We did have a reaction. We did have the value area high. It's just, you're fighting the trend here. So it's a bit risky. Let's see if we do get a rejection, consolidate back down. Yeah. Then we got this high over here. Let's see how this high is going to be claimed. It's going to be interesting because that weekly level hasn't been hit. Yeah, we got daily, not a daily, we got weekly. It hasn't been hit really, so yeah. We're hitting the 7-8 potentially right now. Slightly getting above. Yeah. Let's see if we do hit the highs and get rejected potentially. ES must be pumping as well. ES is just there, getting a reaction from this range, this high. I see a potential bearish crab forming on the 1 hourly chart for Bitcoin, says DeWalt. On the 1 hourly, bearish crab. On the 1 hourly. What level to what level? Let me know. Let me know. On the 1 hourly, bearish crab. Ethereum breaking out. Ethereum is breaking out a resistance zone. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum breaking out the highs here. So Ethereum breaking out the highs. This does look like it's going to have some more bullish momentum in the next coming days. If we do close here nicely, I mean, I'm concerned about the volume. The volume is extremely low. Volume is very, very low. You know, when I see a breakout from this, you know, if we start doing this kind of price action, guys, in the coming days, I'm going to think, you know, oh my goodness, no, this is not, it's not safe. It's not safe. When we're breaking out a major resistance on Ethereum, for example, that has been proven to be a big level here back in October, also in November. Look at, you know, January right over here, resistance. And, you know, you're getting a breakout here, very choppy action. Stay extremely cautious this, because it could be a trap. I mean, this could be the start of the breakout, and in between today and tomorrow, we're trading at 1,900. Then I'm going to say, wow, now we've broken out. Now this is a breakout. And we could find for resistance levels. We could find for continuation to the upside, retracements, for support. But if we start here creating this price action here in the next couple of days, creating a double top above this level with low volume, guys, this is likely to correct back down. Okay, so stay cautious with these kind of breakouts, guys, for a potential fake out. Based off statistics, we should be hitting 24.8, 25.8 within the next few days before a real pullback. Okay. Heidi, can you please check Optimism? OP. Let's take a look at OP right away. OP US dollar. Why not? I think this one's been pumping pretty crazy. Wow, look at this. This one's gone absolutely bananas. Is it even breaking? Let me take a look at another chart here on Binance. Yeah, this was absolutely crushing it. Layer 2 solution for the Ethereum blockchain. Absolutely crushing it. Have we broken all-time highs on this? What was the first exchange for Optimism? I think we probably did break all-time high. I'm sorry about that, but this is a Bitforex, Binance, Bitforex. Yeah, we don't have it here. But yeah, I guess we are breaking all-time highs. Yeah, this could absolutely moon. If this were to be the all-time highs, which I'm not sure. Yeah, this has basically broke the all-time highs today. Well, the last couple of days, and now it's actually skyrocketing. Yeah, this could. Yeah, when you're breaking all-time highs, guys, we know the deal. This could still continue to the upside very, very nicely. So, I'm going to say at least to the $3.30, which is the 1.618 expansion. You know, we want to start talking about Fibonacci levels here once you break an all-time high successfully. 3.33, guys. I would definitely not short this. You know, I would be looking to jump into some longs. If you're one of these like FOMO guys that longs, you know, this is the moment, because this is likely to continue pumping. We could talk about, different projections here with Fibonacci. Might get a slight stop here at the 0.23, negative 0.23 from the low to this consolidation high, which is broken. Might get a slight, it's at $3 exactly as well. So you could get a slight sharp pullback here at $3. Then you could potentially consider getting into a long, because the highs are going to be tested. I mean, this one's absolutely crushing it, guys. This one is absolutely crushing it. Any type of correction, I would say get into the bandwagon, because this is likely to continue up. When you're in such a powerful uptrend and you're breaking all-time highs, and the chart and the price gives you the opportunity to get into a correction when the highs hasn't been tested. I mean, if we correct down to 250, but round about that range, I would risk a little bit, have good risk management, but the highs are just very likely going to be tested. Look how, the highs get tested when you're in a very big, massive uptrend. So I would go to the lower time frames. This one is potentially likely going to get a correction at some point. $3 could be the correction level. High volume nodes right there. Look at this. Not too much volume here on the upside, but there's a big high volume candle from this movement up that has been proven to be resistance. You should be getting some kind of bounce if we were to correct to that range to test the highs. I'm not sure if it is going to come down here, but if it does, from the pivot low to the highs that are created, you're looking at 50%, 618, high volume node, massive uptrend. If the highs haven't been tested, I would jump into a long in the correction. If the highs have been tested several times like this, then I wouldn't consider a long position. If you do correct a little bit, highs are tested, and then you come back down, creating like a shady double top, I would not, okay? It needs to be relatively sharp and then consolidate. Then you've got a high chance that that high will be taken, failed breakout or breakout, right? It's just like this high, corrective move, and then claiming the high. This is when you want to get out. So OP is really bullish, breaking highs. Mark Dutch, Seb, thank you very much, guys, for joining. I'll do anything you want, Pamela. Racing Pixel, thanks for joining the live stream. I can see you there, one of my other mods. Watch OP unlock schedule, then short the heck out of it. Massive unlock will be coming. Very possible, yeah, but we do not. You don't want to time the highs here. You could potentially, what resistance levels do you have when you're breaking all-time high? You basically haven't. You need to go through Fibonacci levels, Fibonacci timing, expansions. So from this all-time high level, which was at $2.30, the 1618 golden pocket, golden ratio. Then you got the 2.618, which is at $5. I would expect a reaction at the 1.618. If you're shorting it, you're shorting a massive run up, guys. Shorting is dangerous, no doubt about that. I would try and go with the massive hype pump in any type of correction. Obviously, I want proven technical support levels to jump into a long. I'm just not going to randomly enter a long position here. I want to have targets. I want to have invalidation points. Right, so we'll have a proper potential scenario that could happen. Still bearish divergence on the like button. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's probably because I'm ill and the live streams and videos haven't been too good the last few days. But it is what it is, guys. I really don't feel great. I'm not like, hey, let's do a live stream. I would be in bed watching Netflix or something. I just want to be relaxing. of just doing a little bit of analysis here to give you some updates and some educational content as well. So smash up the like button, guys, because if it were for me, I wouldn't be doing a video. I'm not feeling great. Can you share your fib levels? Yeah, absolutely. You can pause the video afterwards, but you know, basically I've got the negative ones, which could give you potential you know, levels when you break the lows. For example, it's negative 236, 618, 1 and 1618 are the ones that I like. Then you got the expansion ones, 1.618, 2.618, 3.618. Then the center ones are the favorite ones, 61865. The common retracements, 382, 50, 61865. Most common one right there for trades. 7.8 for Gartley's, so for harmonics, and 0.88 as well for harmonics. You can pause it there and get the levels. And this would give you a relatively nice. What's S&P doing? Is it getting rejected? No, it's holding the range. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Just hit the 0.88 to perfection. Oh. I mean, it wasn't a level to short, really. You know, when you go this high, you could have a really nice risk to reward. But yeah, when you're basically breaking the highs, the 618, this high over here, we're likely going to hit the highs. You know, there's a higher probability. But you could always short it with good risk management. You could always take a short and be very protective, guys. This is what I do a lot of the times. You know, even though if I see a consolidation at the 7.8 or a reaction, I'm thinking, hey, why not take the short with good risk management? You know, if I do get stopped out, it's going to be a small position, because you could get a relatively big drop from the range. It is risky, though. It is risky. Let's take a look at this volume range, guys, because we might find a scalp long. Let's see. Back down the value area high. Back down the value area high. From today's trading range. No, we're there. Potential bounce for a scalp here. If we were to come down to the 23.9, 23.4 range, could be a scalp long. It's a proven resistance zone. It's the value area high. Volume is not great, but there is some volume. You know, there's a scalp long there. Because these highs, you've broken a bit of this sideways structure range, as you can see. You've got the point of control and value area high. You know, you've broken the 618. Even hit the 0.88. So you are likely to hit these highs when we're looking for the scalp scenario. Would be nice at the $23,950, right? That would be a very nice level, proven level. It might happen very, very fast. So if you're looking for scalps, I think this would be a major level. Value area high. And these highs, proven resistance. You haven't claimed this high now. You are likely to claim it. Yeah, that's the scalping day trade scenario that I do see here on the lower time frames. Please analyze Fantom. Can it reach my buying $2? Mobin, thanks for the super chat. But he says, please analyze FTM. Where can it reach my buying $2? Where can it reach my buying $2? Me buying $2? Oh, let's take a look at FTM right away. Why not? FTM, Fantom is absolutely exploding, guys. What the heck? Since it broke this descending wedge scenario, I mean, look at this. And this descending wedge, we did have this for, you know, when we were trading at this level. This is a must, kind of a must long, right? You know, the bearish selling pressure has gotten exhausted. You're creating a descending wedge scenario. I mean, wow, this was an epic long. I did not take this long, of course. You know, I'm focusing more on Bitcoin and stock market, but it's definitely worth it when you see this. You know, with a stop loss invalidation below the levels, give it quite a bit of room. Absolutely skyrocketing. You'll be aiming for the highs of the wedge, which is at 50 cents. This was hit yesterday, or yeah, before yesterday. You consolidate exactly at the top of the pattern, so that would have been a, you know, exit most of the position. Wow, absolutely crazy. So what can we say about Fantom here? I mean, there's not much resistance above us, I can tell you that. You know, this could still continue going to $1. You might think, how can it go to $1 without having a stop or a consolidation? Because the price action in between 20 cents and $1 has been relatively fast. Look at the fast price action here. Look at the fast price action here. So this is why we're having fast price action right now, the last few days. It's just fast price action because this is what we see in the past. Fast price action from level to level. From 20 cents to $1. Yeah, I would, you know, easily say that this is on track to hit $1 in the next, you know, couple of weeks potentially, or a few days. You have a little bit of a stop right there. You could get a little stop at this support level. We can see some candlesticks there getting a stop. You know, it could stop here at the 67, 68 cents. But overall, I would believe that this is likely to break it and go up to the $1 range, which is the high level of resistance. You got big corrections, big bounces as support. That is a crucial level. But overall, it's likely to hit that range, Fantom, in a matter of a couple of weeks. Beautiful descending wedge breakout. Absolutely phenomenal. Multi-monthly descending wedge. Getting ready for this event. Not much to say here on the lower time frames. This is just going up and up and up. No signs of weakness. Consistently creating higher lows and higher highs. Not breaking structure here at any moment. So yeah, higher is likely. Higher is likely. Till you do not break structure, which would be the 56 cents, right? Because you got the high, you got the low, and you got a high right now. If you break this level, then you could arguably discuss you want to look for shorts for a lower high on the pullback. For the moment, up we go. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up, okay? Make sure to check out the links down below in the description, okay? You got insane bonuses on Bybit and on PrimeXBT. They're my favorite trading platforms. Bybit, $30,000 worth of bonus to be claimed at the rewards hub, depending on what you deposit, okay? You need to deposit, you know, quite a bit of an amount here to get this bonus. But overall, it covers fees, it covers losses, you know, and you know, $30,000 worth of bonus is absolutely insane. Bybit, my favorite one to trade crypto, $7,000. On PrimeXBT, you basically get 7% added to your deposit. You deposit 10K, you're getting $700 using Bitcoinsensus 50 as a promo code. You know, this is another way to support the channel. I do get a small commission because of this, but you get the best bonuses, okay? And they are trading platforms that I've been using for the last couple of years already, and they work very well. This is going to be it, guys. I expect the high to be taken here at 24.3 almost, the weekly level hit. Once we hit that level, let's see how we react. Is it going to get rejected? We might get a potential shorting opportunity. Remember, if you are shorting this market, you know, we are in a very aggressive bullish momentum, okay? You want to play defensive. You want to take profits quickly, play defensive trading here, guys. Don't add up to a short position. Get your liquidation price far away, because this could absolutely skyrocket, okay? With this kind of, price action that we're having. Stay extremely cautious. Long in, you can be a little bit more aggressive, correcting down to these big levels of support. In this case, the 23,950. That's a nice, sweet resistance that should be turning into support. Value area high from the trading range, from today. And just stay cautious, guys. Stay very protective. As soon as you claim some highs, take some profits, protect your positions, and continue to do so. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks, mods, for joining. Hey, did you hear something about Flux and Web3? No, I did not, Georgius. I will take a look at that. Let's take a look. I will do a little bit of research. Make sure to tag me in the Telegram group. I will take a look at this. Is there any big news of this? Web3, what's going on with Flux? It's having a really nice rally as well. I think most of the altcoins are having a nice rally. So I will take a look at Flux. See what's going on. Guys, thank you very much. Racing Pixel, thank you very much for joining. Mark Dutch, Seb, Racing Pixel, you guys rock. I can see, who is it? Who's my other mod from the Discord? Where are you? Father Time, thanks for joining, my man. Thanks for joining the live stream, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Do a bit of sofa. Yeah, guys, gonna relax a little bit. Let's see if I do feel great with a lot of energy. Get that pure technical analysis and start making that very accurate trading that we have been doing. The last few weeks. The last week has just been a little bit crazy. Not my best trading week. Eventually, not any losses. I've been very, very much at break even. Totally transparent on the trades that I'm in. Let's see if this short plays out, guys. It's just smallish short position on Aptos. I do expect a big correction. I've explained why I'm in this short. That's the only position that I'm in right now. Very small. I might add a little bit to the position if we do start seeing Bitcoin getting some corrective moves. But I've explained at the beginning of the live stream why that is a shorting level, basically. Soon as I am in profits, I would protect position, because of the massive bullish momentum that we're having on Bitcoin, right? In the markets. It's absolutely crazy. S&P 500 just about to break 4,200 points. Bring it on, guys. I see more bullish momentum on the S&P. And this is going to give me a reason that Bitcoin might break 25.2K successfully and hit 28 or $30,000 in the coming weeks, because I personally think that stock market S&P is going to have a few hundred points more to the upside, at least to 4,300. That is the level I will be paying close attention to get into some swing short positions on Prime XBT. Let's see if we do finally get into that tens of $1,000 trade short position. I'm going to wait patiently for this high. This high has been claimed. Let's wait for this high over here. This bad boy, fourth wave. That is the rejection point. Black Swan event. Come on, let's bring it. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you in the next one.